Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Saturday Morning Cartoons, where we do this every weekend. Oh my God, every weekend? Seriously, every Saturday mornings, we talk about our past, and our past being our animated past, our past based on cartoons, things that we woke up to in the mornings, things that we ran down. You okay, Jerome?
Yeah, I'm just, thank God it's just our cartoon past and not our real past, because, I'm glad the internet didn't exist when I was a kid.
I don't know about you. My real past was sparkling.
Yeah, sure it was.
Well, if you're good at hiding bodies, you would never have to think about it. So my past was so like with our co-hosts here, Jerome Connor and Rosemarie Rose. Like I said before, we discuss our favorite cartoons. We take turns each and every week, basically, on a subject, whether it's one cartoon, whether it's a series of cartoons, or whether it's the cartoons we have no idea what they're about, much like damn it all. That chick over there. Oh, damn it all. That chick over there.
Yeah, we're doing the Brady Bunch thing,
Yeah, we're trying to. So
yeah, I never do it right.
Well, in most cases, it looked good. Point the opposite direction that you want to point.
It hurts, man. I mean,
it does.
Across my body, and it's like you should be. Wait a minute. Maybe I.
Oh, here he goes. Nope, still.
God damn it all. Okay, there she is, right there. That chick right there. She is doing something this morning that needs explanation, but we'll get to that in a minute. What we basically do, and welcome everybody that's joining us for the first time. Welcome everybody to our regulars. We have a comment section here. If there's anything you guys need to say within logical reason, then post it up, and we shall put it up. If I see something like, wow, Mark's head is big, then, that won't get any airplay. So do your best, whatever you do. So we start off every Saturday morning by talking about morning garbage, and that's basically picking up on the week, how everybody's week was, things that happened in the news, yada, 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 before we roll right into our show. So I'm going to go first, and then I'm going to move around because I don't want to end with, my garbage. I'd rather end with somebody else's garbage. So last weekend we weren't on, and the reason why is a lot of us had things to do, places to go, people to see. Jerome has disappeared, and I personally myself went up to Kingsland, Georgia, where Neutral Zone Studios has a Star Trek set up there, and I actually asked people to join me in putting together a documentary. That was the principal shooting. That went well. This is the documentary, of course, we're doing. It's the Enterprise flight, yada, 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 which will happen later this year, which I'm proud of, but I'm more proud of these folks here. This is cast and crew. Not everybody's in this shot, I noticed. Cast and crew who shot at Kingsland Studios, or Neutral Zone Studios there in Kingsland, Georgia. It was beyond my realization. I was over the moon with how everything came out, how everybody gelled well together, how everybody got to, total strangers getting to know each other well. So that was fantastic. Other than that, my friend George Perez passed, and we'll talk a little bit about that as we go around the horn here. Someone else, Fred Ward passed. Have you ever seen Tremors? Have you ever seen Remo Williams back in the day? I actually saw that in the theater. Fred Ward died. And other than that, we're back to reality. My workload is still killing me. How about you, Rose? Tell me about your week.
Oh, my week was super stressful. Talk about workload. I got some new cases that, I'm thinking, oh, well, I'm going to get a break now. We just had this whole trial thing. Nope. Got a bunch of new work to do, which is good because it's job security. But at the same time, I'm about to blow. So it's going to be vacation time for me in June. A much needed vacation. So
yes.
So that's what's going on with me. For those of you who didn't watch the show last night, my daughter graduated.
Shame on you if you did not. Right.
On Sunday, it was a shortened graduation ceremony. Basically, it was kind of like a Comic-Con photo op line. And if you've ever been to one of those, it's just basically you're in line and you go, you wait to get your photo taken. Well, this was basically the same thing. There was like little sections. There was a little stage. She went on. There's 6 members of the family that were allowed. We all cheered for her. Nobody else there. Then she goes on to the next booth where they took pictures of her. Then they took pictures of the family. Then you went to take pictures on your own, and that was it. It was like a smorgasbord. so it was very quick. And when we got through, my poor mom was like, "Well, when's the graduation?" And we're like, "That was it."
That's it.
Yeah.
Wow.
So she's like, "Why did I even come?" But it was good to have. We had both surviving grandmothers there, and her aunt and her dad and her brother. So the whole family in town was there. So that was really good.
Excellent. How about you? Good morning, Jennifer. Good morning, Mike. How about you, Jerome?
Well, I got to meet with one of the big bosses this week, and basically was told that I'm doing good, so I get to keep my job.
Oh, that's not what he said.
Always good. Always good.
Oh, he didn't say fire.
Yep, okay. He's very happy with what we're doing at our facility. We are, Kara's at a major consignment sale right now. She's on staff.
Okay.
For kids, if you're in the Boston, New England area, come up and or private message me. I'll tell you where it's at.
Is it still cold up there? Is it still cold?
No. As a matter of fact, it was 80 degrees yesterday.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah. And what was it? Wednesday, I went outside and it was 60 degrees and I felt like I was going to roast. So, you get used to the cold weather, and when 60 degrees happens, you feel warm.
We freezing to death down here at that.
Exactly.
We evacuate the state of Florida at 60. So no way.
So we're in the middle of the move here. And if you can't come up, if you're in the Boston area and you can't come up for the consignment sale, next week is the Connor household yard sale. We're trying to move some of my father's stuff and some of my stuff before we move into the new house. And on Memorial Day is going to be the weekend is going to be basically the massive pack and try to move as much junk as we can. And you don't quite realize how much junk you have in your house until you start packing it. And here's the other thing for you, Mark, especially since you're a single guy.
I'm scared.
Make sure you check the top shelves of everything once in a while and get rid of the dust bunnies. Because I'm finding that I have a whole herd of dust bunnies throughout my house.
Well, if
cobwebs.
What's happening to the current house you're in right now before you move to
well, we're emptying it out. We're going to clean it up. We're going to do some minor repairs to make it look pretty, and then it's going to get sold.
Good.
Cool.
All right. Well, who the hell cares if you didn't get rid of the dust bunnies? Ain't your house no more after that.
Yeah, but I'm moving the bookcases, and the bookcases have the dust bunnies on them.
Yeah.
I see.
Books love dust.
Well, I think my dust bunnies in my house have legs and arms, so I dare not try to tackle those at all. Well,
that's where you get the chair, the whip, like the Lion Tamer. We'll get you those cool pants that they used to wear.
What
the flared pants on the legs? You ever see those traditional?
No. Yes, I know what you're talking about. Hey, look. So last night's show on our Classic Television SmackDown, we did a segment on the ladies of sitcoms, which obviously went off pretty well. That was fun talking about it. So you guys need to find us every other Friday where we talk about live action stuff, classic television.
That was a great show.
It was a good show.
Missed something special last night.
Thank you. That was really fun. And of course, part 2's the everything, and part 2's, 3's, 4's, 5's, and 6's of everything that we do.
That's gonna be fun.
Because there's so much information over the decades that we try to cover here. But speaking of shows, we're going to get to this one, and I honestly need an explanation since no one, not speaking of. Let me put this up first because I'm sure that we get hammered sometimes, and we want to make sure that we put this up during the show.
Did we get hit last night?
No, we did not, but we got hit yesterday or this morning for something we did 2 years ago. So never mind. I feel the same way.
We gotta have it scrolling across.
Yeah.
the disclaimer thing at all times. That's not a bad idea, actually. And I think next show we will do something like that.
I thought about that this morning. I was thinking about how we
think about that on Roses and Reactions.
Well, so since you're good with ideas right now, Rose, I want to ask you about yours. What exactly is the name of this show?
So it's science fiction double feature.
It's what now? It's what? I'm sorry. It's what?
Science fiction double feature.
Oh.
Actually, the song was the inspiration for this show.
Hey, you do realize that it's May. Yeah, yeah, okay. Rocky Horror was Rock Horror. It's May. That was your inspiration. So go ahead and explain a little bit more of this while I go choke on my food. Oops, sorry.
Okay. So today's subject is science fiction. Basically, you always have to come up with a new, fresh idea. We've been doing this for 3. So I was like washing the dishes, thinking about what am I going to do? And I'm thinking of the song, Science Fiction Double Feature. I'm like, oh, I could do double feature episodes of cartoons that involve science fiction because I love science fiction. Huge science fiction fan since I was a kid. There was a show on Saturday mornings called Creature Feature. Yes. on my TV affiliate Channel 6 down in Homestead, Florida, years and years ago. So I decided to look up cartoons that involved science fiction elements. Science fiction deals with, future scientific or technological advances, sometimes major social and environmental changes. And basically, we're going to have a whole mix of that, mostly mad scientists, of course, with regard to today's show. So I hope you all enjoy. I picked, 6 cartoons, and each one we're going to have a double clip. So that's where the double feature comes in.
Yeah.
You could have saved me a lot of writing for the description of today.
Right? Mark, you and I are both burned out and under a lot of stress, and I just through the show.
Well, you just wanted to add more to mine. I understand. You just want to add more to mine. Okay.
Here you go. Here's the title. Here, roll with it.
Yeah.
Mark's description was very funny, by the way.
It's good.
Okay.
I got to do that myself. I got to let Mark do my writing next time because
for God's sakes, man. I've been writing a lot lately. Believe me, that's not nothing that I enjoy much. But so let's get on with the show. What do you got?
So we're going to start out with everybody's favorite bunny, Bugs Bunny. And the first episode is called Water, Water Everywhere, from 1952. And it deals with an evil scientist who wants Bugs' brain.
Oh, I love this one.
For science. So go ahead and let's roll that clip.
Hey, guess what?
What?
Does he not have the
clip?
clip?
Be number 1.
Actually, I do. I have them all, but they're not popping up in my screen here. And do you have yours available? Can you roll?
Let me take a look.
Yeah, because somehow I know why it is. It's a zip file that can't be seen unless it's basically unzipped, and it.
Yeah. Let's see. I do have them, but they're out of order. So we will. I think I have it. So
while you run that first one, I'm going to try and copy.
Oh, you know what? These are the unclipped ones, though. Let me see if I can find them.
Yeah,
bear with us.
We haven't had a technical glitch in a long time, so we were due.
We sure were.
For those who are new to the show, this used to be our standard problem. We would have technical glitches like you wouldn't believe.
Here we roll.
Okay. Yes, please.
To do the work of an evil scientist. Now be a cooperative little bunny and let me have your brain.
Sorry, Doc, but I need what little I've got.
Come
I love it.
I love the slow motion jump.
LSD at his best.
99.
Nighty night.
So there's that.
There's that. Okay.
So there's clip 1. Do you want me to run the clips, Mark?
Yeah, mine is downloading. So yeah, sure. Go ahead and run them until we understand what the hell you're doing here.
So yeah, they brought him back for
Yes.
other episodes apparently. And
The
he's
mad
a creepy
scientist.
little guy.
Yeah.
That looks like a newer episode there.
I think that's the original, isn't it?
I think it is. Looking at the animation style, I think that kind of
maybe it's
is probably an additional episode if it wasn't in that episode.
Isn't this the first one where we see with the red-haired monster? You know, because monsters are such interesting people. I just told my girlfriend the other day.
Yeah. I'm not sure, but all right, all yours.
Okay, so let's go to number 2, which is based on a Robert Louis Stevenson novel, The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, which is actually one of Rachel's favorite books. This is Hyde and Hare from 1955.
Aha.
So we'll go ahead and see if I can
Yeah, I
get
know that one
up.
too. That's an interesting one too.
I'm up to 95% download, so go ahead.
Minute Waltz by Chopin. Oh my, there's that concoction. Oh, that failing of mine. No, I won't weaken. Oh, I'm so ashamed.
You're an addict.
I wish my brother George was here.
That is a Liberace reference, right?
Yeah.
They look like the last day.
You are a mental case.
Awesome sauce.
So did you two see this episode? I think
yeah.
Of course. This is a
yeah.
classic. Yeah, absolutely.
Especially when he starts drinking, when Bugs drinks the concoction himself.
Oh, that's right. He starts going.
Yeah.
I remember that.
He looks like a giant monstrosity of a rabbit.
He's a cave rabbit, practically.
Yeah, a cave rabbit. Yeah. Go ahead, Rose.
So we're gonna go on to the third clip, which is Huckleberry Hound, and you wouldn't
take
think
that
it's
one.
neat.
Yeah, take this one down that you have down in the lobby. I'm gonna see if I can pull up your next one. So just keep talking. I want to see if I'm back in business here.
Okay, so you wouldn't think Huckleberry Hound would have much to do with science fiction, but he did have a couple of different episodes throughout the 3-season run. And the first one I'm going to show is from season 3, Huckleberry Hound, and a episode called Science Friction.
Okay.
And it's
Right.
it's once again about a mad scientist running around, causing home values to go down in the neighborhood. So go ahead and roll that clip.
Did you hear that, Harry?
Are you balmy? Of course I did.
That's the 4th monster this week. That Dr. Frankenstein, he's off his blooming rocker. That's what he is.
Yeah, him and his monsters making all that racket every night.
I ain't one to complain, but 4 monsters in 1 week, I have had it.
There's only one thing to do, Harry.
Scotland backyard here. Chief Plumbottom talking.
Scotland.
Yes, quite. Really? Very well, I'll look into it. Chin up and all that. Oh, Inspector. Inspector Huckleberry Hound.
Inspector Hound here, sir.
Complaint just received, Inspector. Fourth monster up Shropshire Way this week. Mad doctor, old castle, irate townspeople, all that sort of rot. You're on the monster squad, Inspector. Look into it.
My pleasure, sir. Cheers and all that.
Cheers and all that.
So yeah, I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah, but
little
I
cartoon.
want to make a note here, okay? And this is an important thing, and Mark will agree with me on this.
Maybe.
I'm seeing a trend here. Since Rachel graduated, now we're talking mad scientists.
yes.
Yeah.
That was also an inspiration for this episode.
So
well.
Mark inspired an episode.
I don't
Yes.
think Rose has been sleeping well.
I really haven't, but
Yeah.
So a big part of science fiction is the stars and stargazing. And there's a bunch of different constellations in the sky. Well, I found this Huckleberry Hound bumper that has some constellations that I don't think many of us have heard of before. So go ahead and run that old Huckleberry Hound bumper, if you would, Mark. Clip number
I'm afraid.
Howdy, this is old Professor Huckleberry Hound, welcoming you to my stargazing observatory. Now there's the Pixie, Dixie, and Jinx constellation.
All right, Missus, out of my universe.
Run, Dixie! It's Jinx!
Like, what a place to put a moon, you know? What's this one? Looks like the Hokey Wolf Nebulae, right in the middle of the Milky Way.
Greetings, Huck. Only one thing wrong with this Milky Way bit.
What's that, Hokey?
You gotta watch out for flying milk bottles.
Now there's a new one. Oh, my darling, it's a Huckleberry Hound star, who is also the star of the star-studded Huckleberry Hound Show coming up.
I hates Mises to pieces.
Oh, you're
Mark,
muted.
There
I
you
said,
go.
wow, that was a bumper, obviously, huh?
Yeah. That's pretty funny.
That is.
And so to go along with our stargazing theme here, our next episode is from the Pink Panther.
Uh-oh.
Twinkle, twinkle, little pink. Pink Panther's just trying to enjoy a relaxing night at home in the bathtub. But this scientist at the observatory, he's got his schematics off, and he thinks he's found some really great stuff on the moon. But go ahead and roll that clip, Mark. Number 5.
Woo! Wow. That's what I said. Wow, that was impressive. I mean, the animate. I mean, you know what I mean.
Yeah. So do you all remember the movie called Amazon Women on the Moon?
Yes, absolutely. Amazon
So
Women
yeah,
on the
so
Moon.
he
That had
thinks there's,
Zsa
like,
on it, didn't it?
I think
Amazon
so.
Women on the Moon had Zsa, didn't it?
Yes,
I believe it did. Yes.
Yeah, she was the leader of the.
She was the queen.
The queen. Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
That was a crazy film, and that episode just keeps going on. It's the whole gag about him and the.
Yeah.
It goes on for like 7 minutes with that telescope.
That's a really, really big telescope.
Yes, it sure is.
The better to see you.
I found this. I didn't realize that back
Well,
in
you're
the
about
90s.
to say SHI. I found this. You did that. I found this.
Show. I did not know that Pink Panther came back in the 90s, in the early
Yes.
90s.
Yes,
and
it
he
did.
actually talks in this one.
Yes.
Yeah, and I didn't like
He
it.
had
And so,
almost
so
like
that
a-
alone is science fiction to me. But in this episode, he plays a scientist working in a lab, and it's called Down on the Ant Farm.
Yeah.
So yeah, I when he talked, I got spooked. But go ahead and run this clip.
Yeah, I think he talked a little like David Niven, I think.
I don't know.
Maybe
We'll
so.
Our farm will win the Nobel Prize.
Oh, no, I know who that is.
E-I-E-I.
That voice is familiar.
Matt Fewer.
Yeah. It's Max
Say,
Headroom.
McDonald, how are things down on the farm?
All finished with the back 40.
Definitely a bumper crop, Mac. I wonder where I'll put my Nobel Prize.
Noble.
Heads up! Tractor coming at ya! Whoops! Gotta get my tux for the award ceremony. I'll be back in a jiffy, Mac.
Uh-oh.
Ah! Ah!
Uh-oh.
Phew, that was close.
Uh-oh.
Ah! Help me! Help me!
Anti-sneeze drops. Oh no. It's the anteater, isn't
I
it?
wouldn't mind cleaning if it wasn't for all that dirt. I've got to get a longer house.
You know what? I must not give you the right clip. You should-
Yeah, this is a long clip.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
now. I must have not given you the edited one. Sorry about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, we were about to watch 30 minutes of cartoons.
I was gonna say, you know, boy, it's looking like Saturday morning already.
Yeah, it should have stopped when they went into the box. So sorry about that. But
Yeah.
so that's down on the ant farm, and there's not much I can say about that. Did you all remember them talking?
I saw it once and I said, that's done.
Sure.
I'm done.
Yeah. You back even the early Pink Panther episodes when he broke away and did the fourth wall kind of thing. That's when I remember him sounding a little bit like David Niven. He only said a really short line. But Jennifer remembers this episode.
Oh.
Awesome sauce. Okay.
So we're going to move on to Tom and Jerry, everybody's favorite cat and mouse, and you know, even that show sometimes went into space. In fact, what I found out about this particular episode, which I've seen this episode a ton of times, I did not realize it was part of a trilogy that Chuck Jones did about Tom and Jerry in space. So this is Tom and Jerry Advance and Be Mechanized from 1967. So go ahead and play that clip.
Yep, I remember this one.
Yeah, I do too.
minds.
They must be on the moon because it's made of Swiss cheese.
Ah, moon, yeah. Oh. What a way to go.
I remember that episode. That was a funny episode.
So yeah, so they let their machines do all the work on this one. So you know, because robots are a huge part of the science fiction genre. So we're gonna move on. And when I found this episode, I did not realize it was from 2019 and that Tom and Jerry had a reboot at all. This is the Tom and Jerry show, and it's called Ahead for Science. And this is once again a crazy lab doctor having Tom keeping an eye on things while he's out. But of course, things go awry. So go ahead and play clip number 8, Mark.
Oops, sorry. Wrong clip. My fingers move too fast sometimes, you know. Clip number 8.
Yep.
Hey, I love it when they always do that. They're too afraid to look.
That's me when I wake up in the morning, by the way.
What, the cat or the monster?
The monster. I definitely not the cat. Hey, want to do a quick shout out. Other people on our other page here to my little young 5-year-old friend Jelly Bean is watching. His grandma basically says he's watching. Hey, Jelly Bean, Kevin. Everybody say hi, Kevin. Hi, Kevin. Yay. Of course, they'll see that in 20 seconds, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, Tom and Jerry is been around for so long and been in different.
Well, I have to say, I did like I kind of like the style of this. It was like all a classic style.
Yeah.
So I didn't even realize it was very that new actually. So
yeah. And if you look at those doorways, I think those doorways were basically CGI. You know, animated CGI.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't think each one was individually drawn. If you get my drift.
Yeah, cut and paste.
Yeah.
So that is our Tom and Jerry double feature segment, and now we're gonna
feature. I'm sorry.
We're gonna this. I thought, wow, we're doing really good on time, and now I'm like thinking, oh, we're gonna run out. It's we're gonna end early.
You know, I can always find content, so don't worry about the
I'm like I did 12 clips. I'm like 12 will be just enough. But,
yeah. You really didn't talk in depth about each one, but you talked enough, so that's fine. That's cool.
Well. We move on to one of our favorite shows on this on there. I always try to include Scooby-Doo whenever possible.
Yay, Scooby-Doo!
The great thing about Scooby-Doo is that when it comes to science fiction, there's a ton of stuff that they've done that can be related to the science fiction genre. And this next clip is from the original series.
Yay!
Where are you? From 1969.
Yay!
It's a clip from A Gaggle of Galloping Ghosts.
Yeah, how many people were born? How many people were alive in 1969?
I was not alive. I was not alive. She's
Well-
not alive. I wasn't even alive at that time. But I have seen this episode tons of times. I mean, it's a classic. It's the gang is in their mystery machine and they're on the way to Franken Castle. They're told not to go. Of course, they go anyway, and all kinds of craziness ensues inside inside this castle. Another mad scientist on the loose. Go ahead and roll the clip, Mark.
Dun dun dun. Scooby Scooby Doo. Yeah.
Okay, I'm the mad scientist, you're Igor, my assistant, and we'll whip up a formula that'll change werewolves into pussycats. Give me a shot of that purple stuff, Igor. Yeah, want a sip? Yeah. I call this a reject.
Notice how coordinated that werewolf is. You know, all the greens, different shades. I mean, that's a.
They didn't even know he was there.
Yeah. Well, you know, he's a talented, sneaky werewolf. You know.
Is that what it is?
Have you
Yeah,
noticed?
that
have you
episode
noticed-
also had like a Frankenstein monster and
Yeah.
I think a Dracula character too, didn't
Yes,
it?
there was.
Yeah. Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Oh, please.
Yeah, I actually think this is another episode because look at the outfit.
That's a different one, yeah. And
Yeah.
I think that one's like much. I think that might be from one of the movies because I was like,
Yeah.
when I was trying to find out information on this show, that monster kept popping up. I'm like, oh, I don't want him. I want the other one.
Right.
Oh, Cheryl was 10 in 1960.
Yeah, she doesn't mind releasing that information either.
Did you see this when you were 10? Did you watch this, Cheryl?
Well, I watched it. I watched it when I was a kid. I remember.
So you saw it when it originally aired then?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. You young diaper wearing youngling.
You know, I'm gonna be 51 next month.
Oh, you young whippersnappers.
Hey, wait a minute. I was 51 once.
Get off my lawn.
Yeah, give me my teeth so I can yell at you.
And some days I feel like I'm 61 or 71.
Hey, watch them out.
And getting old stinks.
Yes.
You're treading into our territory now. So
Everything starts falling apart, you know?
It does. It's horrible.
We plan on doing this show until we're 100. I'm waiting to see what we sound like when we're 100 and Rose is 10.
Younger. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Rachel will be on the show with us when we're 100.
In fact, I'm hoping to look like this when we're on the show.
Speaking of Rachel, before we get to our next Scooby-Doo clip, just let me remind everybody, Roses and Reactions tonight. If you're an 80s John Hughes movie fan.
I thought she was about to call if you're 80. That's all I heard. If you're 80.
Please come in and watch the show. Please come say hi. Her take on 16 Candles is gonna blow your mind.
Well,
so it's like these movies that mean a lot to us might creep people of the younger generation out. So
what do you mean might? They will. I know exactly how she's gonna react.
It may, because I saw these movies in the theater.
It's gonna be interesting. So
she's gonna have a lot of negative.
Look, for us old farts, you know, John Hughes movies, things of that nature, anything dealing with the I was about to say the Rat Pack. Listen to me. That's
Rat Pack.
The Rat. You know, come on, man. We ran to the theater to see that kind of stuff.
Listen.
Bueller,
in the 80s, we all had crushes on Molly Ringwald and Ali Sheedy.
Well, yeah. You white kids might have had.
All right. You got
hold on, but I'm a big, huge redhead fan, so I will go with the Molly
Ringwald.
Association there. Yeah, she was. I keep seeing. I'm looking at her panties. I'm sorry. Cover your ears, Kevin. That's all I keep thinking of. John Hughes, and that's all that keeps coming to my mind. It's like, oh my God, I'm so crazy. Meanwhile, back at the animation studio.
So we're going to go to Scooby-Doo. Where are you? Sorry, take that back. What's new, Scooby-Doo?
I don't know.
2002.
You tell me.
We're going to have Mark's favorite Jinkies girl, Velma.
Uh-huh.
She's doing this contest for NASA. See who's going to, get which science project's going to get on board that shuttle. And she wins, of course. But, of course, before anything happens, there's a panic that ensues. So go ahead and run number 10, Mark.
And everybody knows how much of a Velma fan I am. There is no other woman out there meant for me, but Jerome got pissed. But anyway, there's no other girl meant for me out there but Velma. Let's wait for Jerome to pop back in so he can see this clip. Jennifer, relating back to the John Hughes comments we were making. There you go. There's a good relationship right there for you, Rose. If you made Rachel sit down and watch these John Hughes movies, obviously Jennifer had already beat you to the punch on that. So I'm wondering what her impact was on watching John Hughes movies. We're waiting for Jerome to return, but we may have to move forward and show this clip.
Yeah, it's not that usually he doesn't drop out. So.
Well, I don't know if there's any storms happening up in Massachusetts or anything. That could be one of the issues right now. But let's go ahead and show this clip. And since it's Velma, we can always show it again. Okay.
Yes.
Worms are affected by zero gravity? That has no relevant application. On the contrary, seeing how organisms that possess a hydrostatic skeleton are affected by reduced gravity could further agricultural developments and help to colonize other planets. Mine's still better.
Well, there's always next year, Elliot.
You little punk.
Hi, Professor Lawrence. Please, call me Janet. Wow.
Janet? Janet.
Janet works with ETIS here at the base. It stands for the Extraterrestrial Information Search.
You mean aliens?
Exactly. So, Janet, I was hoping to get a look at the data on your current research project.
It's classified. Recently, we've had some complications.
Complications?
Hopefully, it's nothing to worry about.
So, Janet, do you think I have the right stuff to be an astronaut?
Oh.
Being an astronaut takes a lot of work. I know I could never do it. I'm afraid of heights.
Oh, over here.
What is that? Oh no! The
Ooh.
alien!
What was that thing?
That was the complication.
Wow. I love it. Aliens
so
in
this
space.
was called Space Ape at the Cape. But that thing does not look like an ape to me.
No, that's not an ape at all. Who thought that one up? I don't know.
But I guess they wanted something that rhymed with cape.
Yeah. All right. So obviously Jerome has technical issues. I sent him a text and see what happens. If he's not even responding to the text, that means he might have lost all internet. That's happened to me before, but it wasn't a loss of internet. It was plugging the damn thing in. I mean, so once that was
I've had tons of issues. I've had it where then my computer just dies because I thought it was plugged in and it wasn't.
Yeah.
I've had problems where I used to have all kinds of internet issues for like months.
Yeah.
But
Jennifer,
hopefully that's all straightened out now.
Yeah, Jennifer is right. Jennifer said Fred was hitting on that scientist pretty hard, but Daphne was standing right there, so and maybe a discussion.
And I don't think that scientist had any interest in him whatsoever.
No, of course not. It's he's a goober. He's a nerd. He's like a David Duchovny. Hey, you interested in aliens? Well, obviously she is. So.
Worms are.
Sorry about that. All right.
So yeah, that episode was pretty cool. And so we're gonna get down to our last two clips here.
Okay.
And it's a show from Cartoon Network that we've talked about here on the show before, Dexter's Laboratory.
Yes.
And you can't have science fiction cartoons without Dexter's Lab.
Yeah.
It was such a great little show. One of my favorites from Cartoon Network. And we're going to start off with Project Dee Dee. And Dee Dee, as you know, is Dexter's sister, and she's always causing trouble for him. Well, she has a science project that's due at school, and of course, Dexter's ears light up. He wants to be a help. In fact, he's one of those kind of people who just want to take over and do the project. But Dee Dee has other plans. So go ahead and run clip number 11.
My God, I love Dexter's. Jelly Bean, Kevin, if you're watching, dude, this is you. I think of you when I see this clip. I hope you're watching. Here we go.
Hi, Didi. I was just busy working, and I noticed you dropped this. Your crystal-enhanced laser singer. And might I add, great for assignments and science projects alike. Zit, zit.
Nice try, Dexter. But I'm only allowed to use household items, and I don't need your help.
No, it is I who has no need to help you, Didi. Come, Shinji. Hello, Didi. It is me, your mother. What is it you are doing?
Hi, Mom. Just working on a science project for school.
Oh, science. Don't you think you should ask your brother Dexter? Boy genius Dale? Why, he is a genius of all that is scientifical. As a matter of fact, he is a genius at just about everything.
No, thanks, Mom. I can handle this by myself.
Why, you insubordinate...
Man, I wish I had heard the rest of that.
It kind of stops because the dad pinches the mom's behind, thinking it's his wife.
Yeah, Jerome did.
Jerome?
Yeah, he just responded. He says, "We appear to have lost the internet here. He's working on it. Total modem failure. Offline until new modem is. Oh my God. Okay." All right. Well, we may have lost him for the show, but we'll see what happens as we're getting close to the end. We go all the way up to the top of the hour as planned, and see what happens. But oh, wait a minute, you lied.
He's on his phone.
He's on his phone.
Great thinking, Jerome.
Yeah. Wait. Can you hear me? Well, he probably can hear me, but we can't hear you. There you go. Oh, you were talking. Oh, we lost you. Don't move. Ah. Darn it, he moved.
Well, he's trying.
Yeah, so the thing with Dexter, though, the guy speaks like, of course, Gru from the Minions, but of course, Dexter was first. But it cracks me up how he has this mad scientist kind of, European accent, and he's only, I don't know how old he could be.
I think he's maybe 8 or 9, and it was voiced by Christine Cavanaugh, I believe.
Yes, that's fantastic. That's absolutely fantastic. That because there's also a woman who voices Bart Simpson. Okay,
yes.
For almost 30 years, and Cartwright, I think her name is, her last name
Nancy Cartwright.
And Nancy Cartwright. Yep. So that was great. All right, what else you got?
So we're gonna finish off with Dexter, my final clip that I have.
Okay.
And it's with regard to it's called A Hard Day, but there's always a fine time for science. So go ahead and run that little clip because I thought we'd end off with this cute little clip that
Cool
I found.
What a fine day for science.
Oh no!
I hate this part. My latest, greatest work for the day is completed. Presenting the High Five Machine. Today was a fine day for science.
Oh, that was awesome. Dexter was an incredible show when it was on.
Yeah. And Rachel got to see a lot of that when she was little, even though it had already, all the first airings had already originally ran through. I didn't like the way they ended that show. I think they all got amnesia or something, which I always think amnesia is such a trope.
Yeah, I didn't see the end of that show, so
I think the whole family found out about his lab, and then then everybody, including Dexter, got amnesia. I think that's how it ended.
Oh, that means he's a regular little boy now or something, huh?
Yeah, I think that's how they ended it. Yep.
Oh, that's too bad. I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, so that's Dexter's Laboratory. So what else you got? Any final words?
Yeah, well, I hope everybody enjoyed it. I thought it was going to be longer.
That's okay.
But 12 clips is usually our max.
Right.
But we lost Jerome. We've had all kinds of hiccups today. But you know what? I think it turned out to be okay.
Yeah, Jerome tried to reappear, but obviously he could not.
Thank you, Cheryl.
Yeah. It's a great show as you always you do.
Every time we come, we always try to come up with different themes, so science fiction. And then I've got my mind already on the next one, because it's like, before you know it, you're back on again with Saturday morning cartoons. We're on every Saturday, usually at 9 o'clock in the morning, Eastern Standard Time.
Oh, that's gonna be great. I'm experimenting here.
Whose turn is it next time? Yours, Mark?
I think it is. I think it is. And the interesting thing about us here on Saturday Morning Cartoons, we each have our genres that we enjoy, that we like to focus on when we can. We kind of go off, our regular beaten paths. And, I'm more like a classic guy. I'm from 60s and 70s animation. Jerome likes 80s and 90s, I think. And I think Rose more 90s and anything, but she does come up with things that she shows that she wasn't even born when they were on.
Yeah, I like to look at some of that old stuff, the classic stuff that we, that none of us were around for.
Yeah,
because that's where it all got its start. So sometimes I like to dig back in the archives.
Yeah, it's nice to go back. And of course, for anybody that's watching, if you guys want to be a guest, you can be a guest host here. If there's anything that you have that you would like to focus on, you want to do a show on, hit us up here and we'll get together with you and tell you basically how it works. And then we can have you here on the show as well as a co-host. We've had a number of co-hosts here already. So that's probably something that if you're interested in doing, hit us up and we'll have you as a host hosting your own Saturday morning cartoon show, which I think will be great for you if you want to do that. So remember, you can hit us up anywhere here through Gmail, or if you know me personally, you can hit me up and just be a guest on the show. And I think you guys will enjoy it. In the meantime, since it's my turn next week, I'm not sure, but I may go back to my go-to, which is classic Hanna-Barbera stuff. And a lot of you folks know that I'm a huge Johnny Quest fan. So I don't know if
it's been a while since we've done a Johnny Quest.
It's been a while since we did a Johnny Quest show. I may do that. I might intersperse it with everything that was around doing Johnny Quest. And yes, Mike makes a good point about going back to cartoons that were around before we were born, which were the Superman cartoons, the Max Fleischer stuff that I happen to love. But back to Johnny Quest, I'd probably mix it up with Space Ghost and Herculoids and Birdman and Galaxy Trio, Samson and Goliath, maybe something like that again, which we have done. But we getting new audiences, new people joining us each and every time. So I may touch on that. Classic Television SmackDown, of course, is not next Friday; it's the Friday after that. I think Rose and I are journeying down to Fort Myers. I was about to say Fort Pierce, but it's actually Fort Myers, Florida. And we're actually going to do a live show with a studio audience on June 11th. So mark your calendars, June 11th. You guys will be able to watch us in front of a live audience and see what their reactions is. We have not put our heads together. Of course, Jerome will be on the show as well, but he'll be, via like we are now at our various locations, our various homes there. We three of us are going to put our heads together and try to do a pretty much generic show, something that we think everybody will enjoy, maybe touch on every genre of show, since it is a sci-fi show called Space Con, SFW. Oh, God, SF.
Southwest Florida Space Con. So SFL. SWFL Space Con.
What she said, and we will definitely be there with a live audience, and we will be hosting. It'll be our second time we've done a live show. The first one went pretty well, so we're going to try it again in front of another live audience and talk about early anime like Marine Boy, Eighth Man, Simba. Yeah, we may intersperse that. We may do generic Saturday morning cartoons with basically no focus on any main topic or anything like that. So yeah, anime's okay. I'm a fan of classic anime, but I'm not gonna say much about current anime stuff. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll try to smooth over all of the multiple genres or multiple ages that are going to be in the audience for our show. And it's the first show, I think, the first panel, the first event of that con when it opens up on June 11th on that Saturday.
Is that going to be at 10:30 exactly or 10:45?
I think it's 11.
Oh, 11's good because the show opens at 10:30. So
yeah,
that's
correct. And it's only smart to start a panel, 30 minutes at least after the doors open to give people a chance to buy their tickets or turn in their tickets and find the explore the place and find their seats. So yeah, we will kind of do that.
It'll be at the Illuminary Hotel for anybody who wants to travel down.
Yes.
It's a one-day event, June 11th.
Yes, the Luminary Hotel and Convention Center, from what I understand. It's a gorgeous facility that we're going to be at. So we're going to look forward to being there and having a great time and get back into conventioning again. But we have done our duty for today, and we're just going to go ahead and sign off and see you guys next weekend when it's my turn, and it may be Johnny Quest. It may be Hanna-Barbera Superheroes. It may be something pretty freaking interesting. So just come back and see us. For those that are showing up for the first time, you try to come into our chat room so we know who you are. But we would appreciate seeing your face. I'm trying to find our commercial, but in the meantime, we will tune off, say goodbye to you on behalf of Jerome. We'll say goodbye to you guys, and we will see you next week. Thank you. Great weekend to you, Mike. You too, Jennifer. Have a great weekend. We really, really appreciate you guys joining us every week. You guys are our diehard classic royalty of fandom here. So talk to you guys next week. We are out. So
bye.
Bye-bye.